What's up? How y'all doing out there? Y'all know what time it is. Your boy Easy Work Boxing. I'm about to hit you everywhere but under your feet with this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, man. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. It's free to do that. Over here we talk about real deal boxing. You know what I'm saying? The sport that we love. You know, I give you my opinion. I welcome anybody to come on my channel and they give me their opinion. That's what the channel is for. I'm just a lover of boxing, y'all, and I just try to give you my best with no bias talk, no racism, or none of that in it. But we got a fight coming up, man. A unification. You know, I was unfamiliar about it. You know, I'll be honest with y'all. You know, I be working. You know what I'm saying? I can't. A lot going on. Lost my brother. There's a lot going on. I ain't have time to study the fight, but I've been studying the fight. Navarrete versus y'all say Sugar. Sugar. I don't know where y'all getting the sugar from. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you gonna call a fighter Sugar, it got to be something behind it. And I don't see nothing sugary really going on with this fight over here. But you know, shout out to both of these guys. They coming out here. Let's go to and look at the you know, the numbers on both of them, the resumes on both of them before we go into it. But first, you know, I gotta say it's another fight coming up with a guy named is Tahmir Smalls and Abel Ramos. I was on channels and I've been hearing about that fight as well. But like I said, let's go look up Navarrete and you know Sugar Nunez as y'all call him. But I'm gonna go in on that and I'm tell y'all why I feel about this sugar stuff that y'all like to say. All right. So let me go to box right quick and go look up. Cause I told y'all I'm really like unfamiliar with you know. But it's gonna be a good fight though. I mean, for those that don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because I see a lot of y'all, you know, y'all thinking it's gonna be a 50-50 fight. Y'all saying that, you know, is Sugar is a good fighter. From what I understand, I keep hearing from a lot of people. But I don't have that opinion. I look at his resume, at Sugar's resume, and it's a horrible resume. I don't even see how a lot of people out here even thinking that Nunez will be able to beat Navarrete. You know, but Navarrete got more experience, more fights, better competition. So you know, I think Navarrete is gonna come. I'm think he gonna Navarrete is gonna stop this dude. Nunez, he will be the unified champion, y'all. And I'm just out studying the film on him. I see that already. I went to box rig and I was like, oh my god. You know, you can have 29 knockouts against somebody that you don't know, or I mean, against cab drivers and stuff like that. And from what I seen in Sugar Nunez resume, I didn't see nothing special in his resume for y'all to be something thinking that this could even be a great fight between these two. I don't see it. People like, oh, this gonna be a no, this gonna be a bomb burner Nunez versus. I know hell it ain't. No, it's not. Nunez got too much. I mean, what's his name? Navarrete got too much experience, man. He too unorthodox. His style is too crazy, and then his power. When Navarrete hit you, when I'm watching the highlights, I see the dudes looking like, and it don't even look like he punching that hard. Was crazy about it. I seen him hit Dogbo with a right hand, and he just balled up like a baby. And to the point where his corner came out, his corner just stood up and stopped the fight. Like I seen him hit somebody with a body shot, and I could see the fighter that he hit with it was hurt, and I was like, damn. I was wondering. I was gonna say this when I watched when I got on here. I was gonna like, man, I think that boy Navarrete got something in his gloves, but I don't mean that he's cheating at all. So let me make sure I'm stating that. I'm not saying that he's cheating on anything at all. I'm just saying when you see Navarrete hit somebody, that it's like it ain't no like he throwing all his power or he trying to throw a punch to knock their head off. But when they hit them, they just be like they like damn, you know. What I'm saying? So no disrespect to that boy Sugar Nunez. I know a lot of y'all out there going for him, you know, but I don't really see what everybody else see. I think Navarrete gonna take this and become a unified champion. But that's that's what everybody else's opinion for, and that's why I want people to come on the channel for, so we could talk about it because everybody got different opinion. You know, it may be a different insight on the fight that I don't see. You know what I'm saying? What's up with your Charles W? What's up with your Charles the Third? Charles W the Third. I'm guessing that's what that is. Great day and grand elevation, brother. Easy works, all minds in check. Yes, sir. Great day to you too, man. We got a good night of boxing coming up tonight. Well, we ain't got a great night of boxing, but we got some little fights everybody talking about. Next, we got Tahmir Smalls versus Abel Ramos. I keep hearing about that fight. A lot of people want to see who's the winner going to be of that fight. So that's what I got on for y'all, so we can discuss what's possibly going to happen in these situations. But I know one thing that's going to happen. And then that first fight, now I mean the main card, Navarrette will be winning them belts. He will be winning them belts without a doubt. I don't see what everybody else see. His style, he got more fights, better competition. I mean, let's just go look at Nunez as some of the opponents. Eduardo Nunez's fault, man. 29-1, and it's unbelievable to me that people just think, "Come on, man, come on." This how you know people just don't. Just be watching boxing. They don't go do no research. They don't go do nothing. They just look good, so they gotta be a tough fight. No, 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 no. I tell y'all all the time, most of these fighters, man, when you see a fighter that's 15-0, let's say like in a situation of this guy Tahmir Smalls, when you see a fighter 15 and 16-0, most of the time, or you know, I'm gonna say from 0 to 14-0, most of the time them guys are cherry pick guys, you know, just for them to come in and look good and bring up their record. When most fighters hit like 16, 15, 17-0, then they start fighting, you know, good competition trying to move up in the ranks. You know, but them first stage of fights are just, you know, duds for them to just say, padding their record, oh, he 10-0, and, you know, them fighters really are supposed to come out there and lose. Because think about it. You don't hear anything about them fighters beyond that after these first fights. You don't hear, like, for example, let's go to Nunez's first opponent he ever fought. Now, the first opponent he ever fought was 3-8. 3-8. His name was Brian Camacho. Brian Camacho. Brian Camacho ain't up in the ranks nowhere now, is he? He ain't never been like in the top 10 position of boxing, is he? His second one, Marco Vargas. These dudes don't go up later on in the ranks to become champions or nothing like that. They set up for these guys to look good as their records are going up, like Tahmir Small's situation. You see what I'm saying? So when you looking at what's his name? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just waking up. I got brain fog. So when you looking at Eduardo Nunez and you see his fight style, you see he knocking out 29 people, you really getting it confused and thinking that, oh, he can do that against Navarrete. But he's not gonna be able to do what he normally do. Navarrete is too much experience, you know, for what this guy finna bring. But let's just look at some of the fighters he done fought. Sugar Nunez, who y'all call him Sugar. Some of the records he done fought: 6-6, 11-1, 14-23, 33-3, 26-17, 27-17, 19-10. These are some of the records of some of the guys that Sugar Nunez is fighting. Y'all out here saying that he gonna beat Navarrete. Just because it look good don't mean it's going to be good against everybody else, especially when you fighting that type of competition, y'all. Especially, so, you know, it's going to be a good fight because these two Mexican fighters, y'all know what the Mexican fighters bring to the scene, baby. You know, that's going to be an entertaining fight, but, you know, for all that, y'all was thinking that this 50-50, nah, this ain't no 50-50 fight. I got Nunez 60% to 70% chance of beating Sugar Nunez, y'all. Nunez really don't stand a chance against Navarrete. He don't. I give it a 70-30, 60-40 towards Navarrete that he finna go out there and become a unified champion of the world. Yeah, this dude, it's crazy for the fans of Sugar Nunez. Y'all, if y'all out here saying like he's somebody, from what I was listening to before I looked at the fight, look at this dude resume. Just go look at Sugar Nunez's resume. 20-9, 30-12. Hold on, I ain't say some of y'all just 19-10. Oh, let me go back down to what it was. 26-17, 33-3, 11-17, 14-23. These the records of the guys that Sugar Nunez done fought. Man, never Roddy finna beat the hell out of this boy. Never Roddy is finna beat the hell out of this boy. Easy. Style too awkward. 2 minute punch output too much for Sugar Nunez. Longer arm reach. Good chin. Gonna constantly come forward. Man, I'm probably looking at I think Nunez getting stopped about the ninth round, y'all. About the ninth round. I want some people to come on and talk with me. If y'all welcome me, the link is up here, y'all. If you welcome to come on the channel, hit StreamYard. It's easy as hell to get on. If you want to talk about the fight with your boy Easy, you're more than welcome. Chris Solo, what's up with you? Easy, will we ever see Tank fight again? I don't know. They say Tank, coming out of the case is gonna be dismissed from what I understand or what I hear. You know what I'm saying? And then it don't matter if it's gonna get dismissed or not because it's fighters who done went to prison after fights. Diego Corrales after he fought Floyd Mayweather went to prison the next day from what I understand. Floyd Mayweather fought and went to jail right after that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand, why everybody, is like why Tank is gone. Tank shouldn't be gone. He just got a case. He can still fight. That what he got lawyers for. In fact, he need more money because he got to pay for lawyers. He got to pay court cases. So Tank ain't going nowhere, I hope. Good to see you, Easy Work, chosen one, his brother Wilson. Thanks for the shout out. I'm doing good through the bad and the ugly and the worst. Me too, brother. Salute to you and thank you for tuning in, bro. Roderick Thurman, what's up with you? Good morning to you, man. Y'all know what time it is, baby. Now with this Tahmir dude, this Tahmir Smalls, you know, uh, could be a possibility that they've been pushing him up for a little bit too fast. Going against Eduardo Nunez. Eduardo Nunez not Eduardo Nunez, going up against Abel Ramos. Abel Ramos is a dangerous fighter. So that means his team must really believe in him or they trying to push him up the ranks real fast or make him a named fighter real fast. And it might be too early for that, y'all. In my opinion, it may be too early for that. But he looked good though, Tahmir Smalls. Tall dude. I see he in love with his right hand. He loved throwing that right hand. Got power. But like I said, when it's this early in the stage of boxing, you know what I'm saying, and they got them 16-0, yeah, they look good against everybody. So you really can't say, what he gonna do. This dude got 28 wins. You know what I'm saying? He going against somebody with experience. So, I think it's a 10-round fight. If he gonna have to get them out there early, because if they go into the later rounds, that experience gonna start showing up. But if Tahmir Smalls if they think what they think he is, then he should do a good job. But I don't know. But I give him respect though. At least he ain't going the boots route. At least he ain't trying to be 32-0 and we don't want to know nobody that he fought. So, like I said, I guess his team just feel it's time for him to, get in the ring and, get a name under his resume. They think it's time for him to, step up. But they could be moving him too fast, so you never know. But for who he fight now, he look good. I ain't gonna say too much bad about him, but I think pushing him up against Abel is a little bit too dangerous right now. Probably 2, 3 more fights, then yeah, Tahmir Smalls, yeah. Yeah, but going up against a guy who been around, I don't think that's a smart move by his team. You gotta, especially with boxing today, man. You gotta realize with these boxers today, they ain't as hungry as you know what I'm saying. You would think they are. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got the heart like old fighters. Old fighters really were in poverty, bro. They really was struggling, to try to make a buck. That's what made them so different than the fighters of the day. A lot of these dudes, due to the modern day society, and they ain't grow up that hard. And you can see what's going on with boxing right now. Nobody wants to be great. Everybody buddy, everybody friends. Back in the days, all of them used to be friends. They had to be friends. They fought each other 7 damn times. I'm sure they hung out sometimes, or you know what I'm saying. They got to know each other very well. They never said, "Oh, I'm not gonna fight him because um, we fought in the amateur together and we got trained by the same coach." Like, damn, like what's going on, But that's what we got. That's what we got today. So yeah, let me check out Tahmir Small. Let me check out the resume of some of these guys he fought. 28-6. That's what he finna go against. 21-11, 13-1, 20-9, 10-0, 22-12. All right, 1-19 though. We got a 1-19 on here. He kind of getting pushed a little slow the right way. I see when he started coming up in fights. He started fighting people. 10-0, 22-12, 20-9. People who got some ring experience. 21-11. But he going against Abel. And Abel got way more experience than that. Abel got more knockouts than he got fights. But that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. Just because you got all the knockouts is who you do it against. You know what I'm saying? But Abel Ramos is 28-6, 22 knockouts. He done fought Mario Barrios, Omar Figueroa Jr. He done beat him, lost to Yordenis Yugas, Hector Mendoza. Oh yeah. So this is really, Tamir Small's coming out fight for real. This is the fight I guess that's going, like I said, push him up in the ranks. Put his name out there if he could go out there and beat Abel Ramos. But I just think it's too early right now for him. He may prove me wrong tonight. He may go out there and beat the hell out of Abel Ramos, knock Abel Ramos out. But you know, let me take another look at Tahmir. I don't see. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see anything special from Tahmir. I see he's a big fighter. I see he's powerful. I don't see no special effects. Like I said, he in love with his right hand. You know, he it's too early for Abel Ramos. Nah, like I said, he need at least two more fights or something like that, man. He need at least two, three more fights. This fight trash. Let's be real. It's trash because I can't believe people think it's a competition. Actually, it's not a competition between Navarrete and Sugar Nunez. Sugar Nunez finna get his ass whooped. He finna get his belt took. Easy, very easy. Sugar Nunez, he beating up on people that he's supposed to knock out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Not to, say nothing bad about him or anything like that, or try to down him or disrespect him. But he beating up on guys that he's supposed to beat up on with that resume that he got. He finna lose his title tonight. He finna lose his title tonight. I'm telling y'all straight up. Anybody who betting, y'all know how easy to do it when he giving y'all them predictions, man. Y'all know how easy to do it, and I'm telling y'all, do not do not pick Sugar Nunez. You're gonna lose your money tonight. You are gonna lose your money tonight. You understand me? Now, we got O'Shaquie Foster saying that he willing to fight both of them. The winner of Navarrette versus Nunez, and that would be a good fight to see. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see Navarrete versus Foster. Navarrete versus Foster at 130. That would be a good fight, man. I'd like to see that. If Foster could pull that off, beat Navarrete, he gonna get a lot of respect for that. Navarrete ain't no pushover. Even though he got two losses, you know, losses don't mean nothing. That boy, he comes to fight. Navarrete is coming out there to search, kill, and destroy. And like I said, it don't even look like it. He punched hard at all. But when you see his opponent's face and the way they ball up and the way the eyes get big, like what the hell is this dude hitting me with? Yeah, it looked right. It looked crazy. I'm looking forward to Thurman versus Fundora. I'm looking forward to that too. A lot of people doubt my boy Keith Thurman. Y'all out here telling us Keith Thurman gonna get knocked out. Keith Thurman gonna get dead like this. Y'all crazy as hell to think. Y'all gotta go back and look at Keith Thurman, man. Y'all gotta go. When he was fighting Diego, y'all gotta go back and go follow Keith Thurman when he was fighting Diego Chavez and Robert Guerrero when he had the hematoba on top of his head, the heart of Keith Thurman, the soul of Keith Thurman, and y'all just be out here talking about because a boy 6'6" and that tower inferno, he just gonna run through my boy Keith Thurman. Hell no. Keith Thurman gonna go in there and gonna knock that boy out. I'm telling y'all. That ring IQ, that foot movement, that awkward orthodox style, Keith Thurman gonna knock that boy out, man. Y'all think Keith Thurman finna go out there and lose with an opportunity of getting a title? Do y'all really think that Keith one time Thurman? Hell no. I love Keith think Thurman could be unified at 154. He can. He can. This Keith Thurman. This Keith Thurman. Alright? I can't let y'all do my boy like that, man. I can't let y'all do my boy like that. He knocked the entire and what they call it? Tower and Inferno. We knocking him out, man. Easy. Easy work right there. Easy work. Keith Thurman been around too long, man. He too seasoned for Fundora. If Fundora wouldn't have got knocked out by Mendoza, then I'll be like, oh, I'll be worried for Keith. You know what I'm saying? But I know that if Mendoza could catch him slipping and catch him with a hook like that, I know most definitely my boy Keith Thurman can catch him. I know Keith can catch him. Keith gonna get him out of there. Keith gonna get him out of there. And then we're gonna see what 154 really talking about. Can we get a Charlo versus Keith Thurman? You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman versus Boots. That will be a fight that will put Boots up on another level. You know what I'm saying? Or give him some credit, because I ain't giving Boots no credit right now. No credit. So he getting out with a Virgil Ortiz. And I hate to say Virgil Ortiz because Boots ain't have no reason even going after a Virgil Ortiz in the first place. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Why was Boots a unified champion at 147 and then decides to move up to 154 and challenge a dude that ain't even got a title, man? A title, man. And then they must have lost their motherfucking mind at junior middleweight. How in the hell is Virgil Ortiz the number one ranked fighter at 154? Somebody explain this shit to me. Virgil Ortiz, a credible name. Virgil Ortiz, he been doing his thing for years. Ain't never been a champion in no weight class he done been in. How was he number one over champions at 154? How was Jerron Ennis? How in the hell is Jerron Ennis number three for 154-pound ranks with no title over champions?
I would think that all of the champions will be 1, 2, 3, and 4, correct? At the top, right? You know, from the most accomplished champion, then down to the second, to the third, to the fourth. What the hell is Jerron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz doing in the top three at the 154-pound division? See, this is why I'm happy that Zuffa is here. This is why I hope Zuffa was to take over and take over every promotional company out there, so everybody who boxing and put one belt in boxing. This is why I'm happy that Zuffa has arrived. Zuffa, please take over. Break every motherfucker who got a goddamn boxing promotion company. Break their ass. Take all their money and take all their fighters and make them come sign up over there with y'all and tell them. Ain't gonna be number one belt. Everybody gonna have to fight each other like it's the UFC, or you can go take your ass over there and go play soccer or something. Because we finna start boxing over here. We finna take it back to the old days. We finna take it back to where it used to be, goddammit. If you're best friends and you don't want to fight each other, then you don't need to come over here to Zuffa. You don't need to get no money on it. If you coming over here to fight, you want to get paid, let's do it. But you coming over here doing all that goddamn, oh, this my friend, and we slept together when we was in the amateurs in the same bed, and we came out the trenches together. Y'all young niggas ain't came out no trenches. Y'all ain't came out. These young dudes killed me. Talking about these 24-year-old, 20. We watched y'all grow up. Y'all ain't came out no trenches. The hell is you talking about? You ain't have to flip a loaf of bread 6 times and make cinnamon toast, cheese toast, peanut butter and jelly, tomato sandwiches, egg sandwiches. The hell they talking about they came up out the trenches together. Shut the fuck up and get in the ring and box. This buddy love shit. This bromance. Duke buddy shit. That's what we used to call what they doing in boxing right now. We used to call that shit Duke buddies. You remember the dudes, and every time y'all come to the basketball court, you play a game, they always choose each other. Oh, I'm gonna pick him. He on my team. Get your Duke buddy ass on out of here. That's what's going on in boxing today. We got this Duke buddy shit going on. We ain't gonna get no fights in the future. We ain't gonna get no good fights in the future. We got Tank running around here. This motherfucker cherry picking, Conor Benn cherry picking. And just like I said in my video, if y'all out here gonna criticize Conor Benn for choosing Regis Prograis, then you got to criticize Tank, because Tank been doing it for years. And Tank got that shit from Canelo. And Jerron Ennis then got it from Tank too. Low risk, high rewards. They going out there picking fights that they know they could win, and then run around talking about they the greatest, and they get the hell out of here, man. Y'all out here criticizing Conor Benn, and I criticize him too, but I'm gonna talk about Tank too, because Conor Benn did this, and let me go see somebody I could go and beat for these $15 million. Let me go down in the lower weights. Regis Prograis. Regis. Tank do the same damn thing. Let me go see who I could go fight down in the lower weight class, because I don't want to lose. I was on the channel, and shout out to my boy. Shout out to the dude who I was on the channel with, Lord have mercy. There are boxing fans out here that respect Gervonta Tank Davis, knowing, and they quoting him word for word, saying, I'm not in boxing for legacy at all. I'm afraid I'm going to lose. So I don't want to lose. There are boxing, I'm going to say that again because y'all going to think I'm lying and I'm exaggerating. Okay, so I'm going to say that again for y'all. This is what I heard a Tank Davis fan say verbatim out their mouth. Tank Davis has said that he does not want to lose. That he's afraid of losing. He said he's not going to go out there and lose his that's just how Tank is. Tank just got the ball in his court to do that. There are fans out here that are literally saying they are fans of boxing, riding for a guy who told y'all, I'm afraid to lose, and you a fan of him, and you defend him. And every time somebody go and talk about a fight and bring up somebody who can whoop his little ass, the first thing y'all say is business. Let the fight marinate. Really? Really? Where is Tank Davis? Where is Tank? Where the fuck he need to be out the way? Bye. Bye. He ain't finna do nothing but come back and get y'all Isaac Cruz fight. Cause y'all keep screaming it. And I don't understand why y'all want to see an Isaac Cruz fight again when he beat Isaac Cruz with one hand. One hand. I could see the Lamont Roach fight. But he ain't gonna want to do the Lamont Roach fight. You see, he was already posting talking about some Isaac Cruz. Lamont Roach ain't scared of Tank. Lamont Roach showed chinks in Tank's armor, and Tank don't want to go that route no more. Or he would have been there. But he must give that man his rematch. I will say that. He got to give that man his rematch. A lot of people out here thinking that Lamont Roach won. He didn't. He didn't. You know, I just keep it real. I don't like what Tank doing in sport of boxing, but Easy ain't gonna lie for nobody. Easy ain't gonna lie for nobody. How would you rate Thurman Power? I don't know. I ain't never been punched by him. I ain't never been punched by Thurman to rate his power. But I can't say I can't rate his power because I ain't never been punched by him. You know, that's the question you got to ask a fighter. You know, now if I was backstage somewhere and Keith Thurman slugged the shit out of me and I wake up from it possibly and y'all ask me how was the punch, then I can say yeah, he about a 9 or a 10. You know, he got dynamite power. But you know, I can't say I ain't never been punched by him. But I know he got good power though. What's my number? You can't get on StreamYard. Also support the channel. You know what I'm saying? Easy ain't rich. Please support the channel. Cash App is available. You see it going across the bottom of the screen. You understand? We trying to stay so fresh and clean. The number up at the bottom, you want to come on, man. If anybody want to get on here and talk. Okay, let me see. That's why Tim Bradley made that video about Tank yesterday on YouTube. I didn't see it. I think that everybody needs to subscribe to, channels like Timothy Bradley, Paulie Malignaggi. I even say the channel with Max Kellerman and, them guys that be up there talking. But Max Kellerman, he do a lot of dick riding and lying. And, but, to the real deal boxers who have YouTube channels, everyone should subscribe to them if you say that you're a real deal boxing fan. Because these guys were actually in the mix. They know, they live the life. So who better than to learn or get the information from the sport of boxing from? What's up, kid? Austin daddy, man. Mill City Boxing, his dad's a North. Hey, man, I don't know what's up with Mama Schofield. I'm dying to see Kid Austin get in the ring, bro, so we can see these 5 styles of boxing. I'm telling y'all, Abdullah Mason. Well, I mean, first let me say this, because I don't want to just say that Abdullah Mason will clearly whoop, Floyd Schofield's ass. Because, it's a 12-round fight. Anything can happen. Floyd Schofield, he is a strong fighter. I do say he the reincarnated Sean Porter, but Abdullah Mason will put hands on his ass. And if Abdullah Mason is not really ready, in my opinion, for Floyd Schofield in a real 12-round fight, because I think Abdullah Mason loses focus, and he takes too much unnecessary punishment in fights. I seen that in his title fight that he just won in. He was taking unnecessary punishment with the skills that he possessed. So it's a lot that he need to work on. But yeah, that's one thing. These 5 styles of boxing, bro. See, I want to see Floyd Schofield get in the ring and fight somebody, bro, who is a skillful boxer, but can also get a little dirty with you not dirty as far as illegal, but I'm talking about some go blow for blow with you. And I just want to see when they tapping on Kid Austin head, which I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but if I see Kid Austin getting his head tapped on, bing, 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 I don't see where are the 5 styles of boxing. Where are these 5 styles of boxing that his father been talking about? Saying that no other fighter has, in the sport of boxing, because his son is a third generational boxer. His son is the best ever, but y'all known for pulling out of fights. Y'all known for pulling out fights. Keyshawn will whoop Kid Austin. Now, don't get it twisted. There's always a possibility of a knockout. There's one punch change everything in boxing. But if I'm going off just straight pure skill set, Keyshawn Davis would dog walk Kid Austin. Like Shakur Stevenson was finna dog walk Kid Austin. That's an ass whooping in both ways. Kid Austin ain't what y'all think. I know he look good. He knocked out Tevin Farm. Tevin Farm, he been going in and out the ring, stacking that bread up, even though he having some losses. He still getting that paper. But y'all know what was up with that. Y'all know what I feel like Tevin Farm was just running and gunning for paydays. Tevin Farm just needed some money to sit down and retire with. And it came at the right time for Floyd Schofield to fight him. Because every time it's time for Floyd Schofield to fight somebody who challenging, the first thing he do is he backing out. And that's why I would be scared to fight him. If I was this dude he finna fight to, get the title, I would tell them, hey, like I said, if we go in the ring, if we sign this fight, if the Schofields back out, they should pay me. They should pay me. I mean, he don't have no negotiation power right now to do it. Right now he trying to fight and become a champion, to get up to that level to where he can make demands and say things. But if I was a fighter and I ever fought the Schofields and I had a mouth to talk and people would listen, the Schofields will have to pay me if they back out of fight. Because people not understanding, bro. These fighters have to pay for, sparring partners, these probably some experienced fighters. They ain't paying no lightweight money, at least 1,000 and up. Then you gotta pay for food, for them places to stay, unless they gonna stay with you, travel, camp, and then the Schofields come and say somebody stole their passport. Then they come and say somebody rubbed some poison on them, and you sitting up there and lost goddamn $75,000. Because they scared to get in the ring and fight. Hell no. Yeah, every contract I would have with the Schofields, anybody who fight them, I'm telling you, pass this round and say, easy said it. Put in y'all contracts, if they back out, they gotta pay. It should be like that anyway. Just like what Richardson Hitchens did. Now, I feel, Richardson Hitchens paying sanctioning fees for that title. I'm not finna go out there drained and not feeling good because y'all got a hydration clause on me with y'all belt and go out there and get my belt too that I'm paying for. Now, hey, I understand it. People don't like it. It was wrong, but we ain't the ones paying them damn fees for them belts. It ain't coming out your pocket. Because like I said in one of the videos I was on, I think they have to pay for every fight that they carry that belt into. Every fight they have, they got to pay for that title. So you think I'm finna pay for a title, knowing I'm not physically right because they got me on this weigh-in, and you think I'm finna go out there and lose a title I just paid for? Is you out your damn mind? Y'all gonna have to strip me. Y'all gonna have to strip me like y'all the police. Hell no. I'm not going out here and just giving up this title I just paid for. Now, I'm sick. He said Shakur brought Kid to a few camps to get him ready. He said that about everybody. Mama Schofield said that. He said He'd have been the Devin Haney count, this person count, and that's why he feel that his son is indestructible because he was helping them in count. That ain't a 12-round fight, Mr. Floyd Schofield Sr. That ain't no 12-round fight. They don't have the confidence that they out here screaming at y'all, I'm telling y'all. They ain't got the confidence they out here screaming at y'all. Because they just was on Mill City Boxing and they asked them, they said it was lined up that Lamont Roach would face him for a Tank Davis belt. You know the first thing that boy said on camera? Oh no, we ain't doing that. What? What? Mr. Five Styles of Boxing? Mr. the greatest fighter ever? Mr. Third Generation Fighter? What? You want to fight Lamont Roach? Who got a name, like I said, who hot right now, his name blazing in the streets of boxing? And he coming from 130? Y'all won't fight him? The Schofields don't want to fight nobody, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Them 5 styles of boxing, and they don't want to show that shit against nobody who no good competition. When it was time to fight Abdullah Mason, when that talk came up, we want 10 million. What? What? You want 10 million? Y'all ain't never made 10 million before. If you know, bro. This is what I'm saying, how boxing has changed so much, bro. It's fighters who weren't getting damn near half near what these dudes getting today. Damn near fight, they was fighting day for day every month in boxing, bro. And you asking for 10 million and you ain't never been a champion? You asking for 10 million and you ain't never been a champion? You ain't even got a belt? Man, come on, man. Hitchens is where weight bullying goes wrong. Yo, Richardson Hitchens got to go to 147. Let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go, Richard. You can't do it. You can't do it, Richard. He's too strong. You can't do it, Richard. You can't make that weight, boy. I'm sure Richardson Hitchens is a focused fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's a focused fighter. I just feel like I know that he made that way in and he was like, hell no, I can't go out here and go fight no 12 rounds. And I ain't finna just pay it. Ain't nobody finna just take no belt I paid for. Ain't nobody, that's a good point. Timothy Bradley got paid $25K for his first title fight. These dudes out here talking about they want 10 million, ain't never been champion. They talking about they want 10 million, ain't never been champion. I wonder what the Schofields up. The Schofields are not gonna unify with nobody. The Schofields gonna get that title. And they gonna duck. Quack, 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 quack. The Schofields gonna quack, quack, quack. The Schofields are not gonna unify with nobody, y'all. Let me put it up there. The Schofields ain't finna do nothing. We still got Andy Cruz at 135 now. Let's not forget now. I still think Andy Cruz won, but you know, he didn't do enough. He came with that amateur boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do what was necessary to go out there and get the victory. Now, I was on the channel too, and we got to talk about this yesterday, I think, right? I said that Lamont Roach and Jermaine Ortiz are the same fighter. And people was like, oh, no, they're not. Yes, they are. They can't pull the trigger. They go out there and they get draws in every fight and they don't do enough to win. They got the same mentality. Lamont Roach ain't going to beat Tank in a rematch, even though everybody want to see it. Lamont Roach is not going to beat Tank in a rematch. Tank might even do him dirtier. Lamont Roach can't pull the trigger. I'm telling y'all. He ain't got it like that. He a talented fighter. I take nothing away from him. You know what I'm saying? He a world champion. He been a world champion, but this is the limelight of his career. What's up? What's going on with you? I can't really hear you, bro. No, I can't really hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you that good, man. I got you on the speaker and it ain't loud. Try to come in through StreamYard. Nah, I can't. It's echoing. Just try to come on through StreamYard. Uh, yeah, man, that five style of boxing shit, that ain't nothing. Like I said, we gonna see what's gonna happen when his son get in the ring with somebody who's a challenging opponent for him. But I know y'all came in for the Sugar Nunez fight, and Navarrette. Navarrette will win tonight. I guarantee y'all. Navarrete will be walking away with them 2 belts. I think it's too early for Tahmir Smalls. I think it's too early for him to be fighting Abel Ramos. I'm gonna ride with Abel Ramos over Tahmir Smalls. I know y'all see the power, but I don't see no special effects with this boy Tahmir Smalls. He a big guy, you know, long reach. Kind of remind you of Vernon Forrest from the way he sets up and stands there. But I don't see nothing special at 15-0 for him to be going out there and chasing Abel Ramos. I think it's too early for him. They should at least wait 2, 3, 4 more fights, 3 more fights, 2 more fights at least before putting him in there with a guy that been around like Abel Ramos. But if he wins, you know, which I know is the reason that they're fighting him, it pushes him up, you know, a little farther up the ladder. But I don't think he should be doing this right now. What's up with you, Ricky? What's up, Ricky? 2459. What's up with you, bro? Oh, I already said that. Oh, we all the way down here. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see. They want 20. They want 20 million to face Mason. See what I'm saying? But they got the 5 styles of boxing. It's the greatest fighter that ever lived. Get the hell out of here. It's starting to look like all these guys just in the sport of boxing for payday. They say they want legacy, but it seems like they're lying. It seems like they're lying. I mean, you look at 140 right now, you got a whole bunch of dudes picking on Dalton Smith. Who you want to fight? Dalton Smith. I want Dalton Smith. Richardson Hitchens, who you want? Dalton Smith. Gary Antoine Russell, who you want? Dalton Smith. Shakur, who you willing to fight at 140? I'll take Dalton Smith. Like, damn, well, ain't none of y'all gonna say each other? Hitchens, you ain't gonna say you want to fight Russell? Shakur, you ain't gonna want to say you want to fight. Shakur, this you go fight Russell right now. I know this is a belt you can take. Shakur could go right now and take Gary Antoine Russell belt. Easy. Then go after Dalton. Then go out to Dalton Smith. And who the WBC champ is at 140 now? Oh, let me go. Who the champ at 140, WBC champ? At 140. It don't say who the WBA champ. Who was the WBC champion? Is it Dalton? I don't know. Let me see. Devin will fight anybody. He the only boxer who fights and don't cherry pick. Let me put it to y'all like this: the Haneys, they do cherry pick, but they cherry pick. They cherry pick strategically. The Haneys cherry pick. See, once you've been around boxing, Floyd used to do this. Once you've been around boxing long enough, you can look at opponents and you can study opponents and what they call it scouting. See, what the Haneys do, they scout opponents. They look at you, they look at the name, big name, champion, got a title, and then they look at your footwork. They look at what you don't do well. And then they ask Devin, you think you could beat that? Yeah, I could beat that. And then they go after who they didn't scout it. Now, it appears that the Haneys just fight everybody. Yeah, yeah, that's how it appears. But the Haneys are good at scouting. And this is why they don't want to fight Keyshawn Davis. This is why they don't want to fight Keyshawn Davis like that. Because the Haneys are very good at, oh, he have to punch like this, or he flat-footed, or he can't fight going backwards. Oh, he ain't got that, he ain't seasoned like that, like they did Brian Norman Jr. Now, a lot of y'all was out here going crazy about the Brian Norman Jr. fight. Oh, Brian Norman, strong fight. I'm sitting there looking like, same thing like with this Tahmir Small situation. I'm just sitting there looking, I'm like, this boy ain't fought nobody. I don't care if he went over there and got knockout of the century when he beat up that Chinese boy. That do not mean he finna go out here and beat no damn Devin Haney. And people was just out here, oh, this finna be... And what happened? Devin Haney and them scouted him. They scouted Brian Norman. They knew they was gonna beat him. You should have known they was gonna beat Brian Norman. He hadn't fought nobody. He looked good against the opponents that were put in front of him. That's what I always be telling people. Some of them, when they doing that 17-0 and that 20-0 run, I mean, that 15-0 run like Tahmir Smalls is doing right now, they've been beating up on dudes mostly that was set up for them to beat. A lot of these fighters ain't good like no Floyd Mayweather was when he was 17-0 to fight a Gennaro Hernandez. You ain't gonna see that. Not no more. Ain't none of these dudes really that good like that. Unless they've been in the amateurs or trying to do a Vasil Lomachenko type thing where they, fighting champions as soon as they come in the door or legit names as soon as they come in the door. You ain't finna see no fighter coming up today 17-0 going face no Devin Haney. 19-0, because if they got a real manager or somebody who care about them, they already know, boy, you finna go in there and get your ass killed. I'm not finna go and send you, come on, man. That's why you supposed to have a trainer and a manager that care about you. Because they sending them to fight because we know you unexperienced. We know you ain't on our level. You just probably a hot prospect that everybody looking at, and yeah, we gonna pay you for you to come over here and take our ass whooping. That's what you're supposed to have a good trainer and manager for. So when that fighter like Devin Haney sending you that contract just because your name hot, and then they looking at your resume, your team, and they know that you ain't fought a champion or nothing like that yet, hell no, we ain't finna take that fight. Nope. Well, we offering y'all this. Well, you can offer us whatever the fuck you want. You not finna get my fighter now and get his ass whooped. No. We ain't ready for that right now. No. And that's what they supposed to be doing. What five? That's what a Dula Mason team need to be doing right now. Dula Mason got a lot to work on. Let me read y'all comments. I'm sorry y'all ain't read y'all comments. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Support the channel. Y'all see it right there at the bottom of the screen. Don't be blind. Don't go Stevie Wonder. We ain't rich. We ain't rich. Support the channel. Please hype the video. Share the likes. Share the videos. Show some love. Let me see. Hagen took a risk fighting versus Loma. Loma's style is tough for anyone. Some say he ain't win that. Devin won that. I had to watch. I used to say Loma won too. I used to say Loma won too. I had to go back and watch the fight. Devin won that fight. And Devin was confident to fight Lomachenko because he was way bigger than Lomachenko. That's why Devin was that confident to go in there and face Lomachenko. Devin was way bigger. And even then, size, almost didn't damn matter. Size almost didn't matter. But Devin pulled it off due to his size and his boxing ability. I ain't just going to say it was size. It was Devin's IQ and the way he's, been learning as he's been going up in the ranks of boxing and being seasoned. But, yeah, Devin was bigger. Devin was supposed to win. Big guy, big good guy versus little good guy. And he was supposed to win. Not taking nothing from him, he beat Vasil Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Devin them be scouting the hell out of their opponents. That's what they doing right now. Right now, the Haners are sitting there trying to choose where they talking to Mickey Bay and other people who Bill Haney to bring around them and saying, what is the next best step for us to go? What is the easiest? What is the biggest reward with the lowest risk? That's what the Haney's doing right now. That's why I ain't studied Keyshawn Davis, because they ain't figured out what they're going to do yet. Speaking of footwork, Reese don't have the footwork to overcome Conor Benn. Nope, no footwork at all. Conor Benn is too aggressive. Reed is 37. This is his last hurrah. I hope he makes the best of it. I'm rooting for Rigas. I'm rooting for Rougarou all day, baby. You understand me? All day. Rougarou. Do what it do. You understand me? Go in there and shock me, because I think you're going to go out there and get your ass whooped. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you, Rigas. I rocks with you. I fox with you. But, I think you took this fight because, it's a lot of money and you just in shape at the time. I ain't in your pockets or nothing, player. I ain't finna even go there. But I think it was a situation where, hey, we need some more of them M's coming in. And this is a good fight for me to get them M's in. And you took it. I don't think that Regis Prograis is technical enough to beat a Conor Benn from Conor Benn's style. I feel like this was a cherry pick by Conor Benn. And I'm going to say it again because I said it in the video earlier. If you're mad at Conor Benn and you call yourself a boxing fan, then you must be mad at Tank Davis too, because he's been doing it his entire career what Conor Benn is doing to Regis Prograis. You got to tell the truth. You got to do it right, baby. You got to do it right. They definitely do scout names, but the Haney's thus far has fought some solid names and that makes sense. Shakur the only one he seen to duck. Now I like that. That's why I'm happy you got a wrench. I'm happy you got a wrench, because you even acknowledge the fact that they did duck Shakur with that low ball ass offer. That when Shakur got in the ring, they ran and jumped out the ring, even though Devin known for jumping in people's rings after they win. Every time somebody fight that they want to fight, as soon as it's over, he go jump in the ring. But when Shakur did it, they opened it. When Shakur got in the ring, bro, you know how they spread the ropes apart so somebody could duck under? They already had the ropes spread apart, and you just seen Bill Haney them pushing Devin Haney on that. We ain't even finna talk to that boy. Don't even say nothing to Shakur. So, you a real boxing fan, the best 1-2-700. You a real boxing fan. I'm happy I gave you a wrench, my brother. I think Keyshawn the only person that can beat Shakur. He got that dog that can't be taught, and he's goes to the body very well. Keyshawn and a focused Tank. Other than that, no one can beat Shakur. Kind of agree with that. But the unfortunate part of it is they doing homeboy love and they don't want to fight each other. But Keyshawn is very technical. He has the style. He's going to be right there in your face. He has fast feet, good feet. He's an accomplished fighter, amateur fighter. Even though, I don't think he's that seasoned in the professionals. I just think he's just such a good fighter that it gets him by. I would love to see Keyshawn Davis face a former champion, or someone, another black fighter. I would love to see that with Keyshawn Davis, somebody with some skill set, so we could really see. I mean, of course, yeah, he fought Jermaine Ortiz, but like I said, Jermaine Ortiz can't pull the trigger. He come out there basically just to be out there and say he fought certain people. He'll have a good resume with no damn wins on it against big names, but not to take nothing from him, I just tell the truth on my channel. I don't see it. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Keyshawn has the killer instinct that Bud got. That's why he remind Keyshawn, David Benavidez, I would even say Tank, because Tank is a knockout artist. It's only a few, fighters out there with that killer instinct left in boxing, man. Tamer's gone. Charlo got the killer instinct. Jamel Charlo. Well, I say both Charlos. NUA got the killer instinct. Bruce Carrington got the killer instinct. Gary Antoine Russell Jr. got the killer instinct. Yeah, the older brother got the killer instinct too, but the thing is, can they apply it though? There's only certain fighters that can apply it. Like Bud can apply the killer instinct in the ring. I think that Keyshawn could do it, but we got to see him in a fight with somebody who can possibly beat Keyshawn too. I'm not one of them guys who was sitting up here saying that Jermaine Ortiz was going to beat Keyshawn Davis. I said it was going to be a good fight, but I knew Jermaine Ortiz can't pull the trigger. I knew it wasn't going to be, like that for him. Yeah. But this is something I gotta do, man. Listen to the people who own right now, right? Hey, man, I want to turn my channel into a podcast, and I really need the people who support my channel, bro, to start coming on. I don't care what your opinion is. Just come on StreamYard and blow the channel up, man. Everybody speak their opinions. We gonna do it respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Come on the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get out there. I'm trying to get my channel up there. So I need the support, and I love talking with y'all because I don't know everything about boxing. It's stuff that I miss too. And when y'all come out there and y'all give y'all, comments and stuff like that, it be stuff that I ain't pay attention to. So I love having y'all on the platform. So please, man, when y'all have the opportunity, you can come on the channel. Come on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody get blocked over here unless you're doing something crazy, but your opinion don't get you blocked. I'm not one of them guys because you making sense, or you beating me in commentary, or what you're saying is more factual than what I'm saying, that you're gonna get put off my channel. I don't do that. With StreamYard, you don't have to download it. You don't have to download StreamYard. All you have to do is click the link, and it puts you right up there on the channel. Click the link, it puts you right on the channel. There's no app, there's no nothing. That's what the link is for. All you have to do, y'all, is try the link. But I need y'all to start coming on the channel. It helped me with my conversation and talking, because I get dry mouth. I got big lips. I have to drink some. You know what I'm saying? But I need y'all to start coming on the platform, man. So what's next for Keyshawn? Where's Keyshawn basically fighting at? Where he gonna be at 140 now, right? I don't know what's up for Keyshawn. He gonna have to go and face one of the champions at 140. That's what he should be doing. calling out somebody at 140. But of course, what you gonna say? Dalton Smith. If you willing to fight Devin Haney, fight Gary Antoine Russell Jr. If you willing to fight Devin Haney, fight Richardson Hitchens. Fight Dalton Smith. He need to fight somebody. Because he ain't gonna fight his homeboy. I wish De Los Santos was at 140. De Los Santos need to come out right now and say that he'll take the challenge of fighting Keyshawn at 140 pounds. Or hell, Andy Cruz. You ride around with bricks looking for Debo. That means you'll fight anybody right now, right? You willing to go up to 147 and fight Devin Haney? But like I said, we got this broke man shit going on in boxing. And that, we went in churches together, we grew up together, we ain't gonna fight, and the whole division stalled out. Then you got even the ones that ain't homeboys, they say. Gary Antoine Russell and Richardson Hitchens got a history of fighting in the amateurs. They still don't want to fight each other. They still calling out other names. You go to 154, we got two fighters that ain't got a damn belt at the top of 154. How did that happen? How was Virgil Ortiz number 1 at 154 and Jerron Ennis is number 3 at 154? How the hell did that happen with no title? Boxing is getting ridiculous, man. Boxing getting ridiculous. This is why we need Zuffa. Zuffa, like I said earlier in the video, Zuffa, please come in here and take over. Drain everybody's bank accounts. Take over the sport of boxing. Sign all the fighters up and tell every boxing commission out there, y'all could take them belts and throw them hoes behind y'all house. Because Zuffa got one belt, and we going to make these motherfuckers fight. Everybody on this motherfucking platform going to fight each other to get this belt. You will not be saying you a champion through all these boxing commissions over here. You're going to have to go over here through Zuffa. You're going to get this one belt, and you're going to fight everybody to get it. And that's what's going to make you great. Everybody got to fight everybody. Zuffa, please take over. Please take over. Andy Cruz not ready yet. He needs to adjust to the pros. He's only 13, 14 fights. Maybe Cruz versus Mason at 135. He need to leave Boza in his ass. That's who he need to leave. That's who we need to leave Boza in us. That's the problem. He need to leave Boza in us. That's the problem. He need another trainer. You send a goddamn former amateur king out there still fighting like a fucking amateur, and you ain't got nothing to say. You know you supposed to told him not to be backing up. He's supposed to be trying to get that boy out of there. You supposed to know boxing. You a fucking trainer. You supposed to tell him, hey man, all that motherfucking finessing and looking pretty and shit ain't gonna get you this title. You gotta go out there and put it and do your best and fight this motherfucker. Now, do I feel that Andy won? Yeah, but did he do enough? The judges didn't see so. Because he was out there looking at that finesse, boxing pretty shit that they be doing today. That I don't like and I'm tired of. Keyshawn Davis supposed to knock Teofimo ass out that night of that fight. Didn't want to take no risks. Didn't want to go out there. Didn't dare to be great. I like Shakur Stevenson as a fighter. He a hell of a fighter, but let's be factual. He just want to go out there and beat you up. He don't want to knock nobody the fuck out. Ain't no killer instinct like that in Shakur like that. when it come to box. He don't want to take no risks. He ain't finna go out there. No. He could have knocked Teofimo Lopez out, and he didn't. That is not entertaining. Great fighter. Could he be the next Floyd? Possibly so. Take nothing away from him. But you can't be having them dud ass performances like that when you could have knocked that man out. Now, when you look at Bud and Canelo, Bud could have knocked out Canelo too. But hell, Bud fighting somebody who weight class is above him. He was in a more dangerous situation instead of putting himself in trouble and lose the fight. But Shakur, you was whooping ass from round 1 to 10. You could have took that risk. A knockdown wouldn't have changed the fight. So that's one thing I ain't liking about Shakur. Other than that, he's beautiful in the ring. But we got to see that killer instinct. We got to see that killer instinct. We don't talk about how Robert Garcia is a good trainer. He don't get credit enough. We was just mentioning him on a live that I was just on, and I was telling people Robert Garcia is a hell of a trainer. Robert Garcia changed Marcos Maidana's whole fighting ability. Marcos Maidana is the only fighter, and I've been saying this for years, and I gotta keep saying it. And it's thanks to Robert Garcia training him. Marcos Maidana is the only fighter to ever counter Floyd Mayweather's pull counter and knock out Floyd Mayweather's teeth at the same time. Tooth, not teeth, tooth at the same time. That is a great trainer. That is a great trainer, y'all. Now, unfortunately, I ain't never seen him train no black fighters. But from what I understand, if I ain't mistaken, I heard through the grapevine they say he would like to train black fighters. And if you go back and you watch Robert Garcia was a hell of a fighter. So, his father trained him, and, Robert Garcia knows what he's doing. He's a hell of a trainer, too. He's a hell of a trainer. Marco was a beast. He made Floyd rematch him, and what he did to Braun. Oh, yeah. Not just what he did to Braun, what he did to many others. Amir Khan's, what he did to, he made Victor Ortiz say he wanted to quit boxing. And let me look up Marcos Maidana box break before I get off, y'all. I gotta get off in a minute. Marcos Maidana box break. Let's check out Marcos Maidana box break. Because Marcos, he was out there slanging and banging, man. 35-5, 31 KOs. Whooped Adrian Broner. Whooped Josito Lopez. Josito Lopez was a tough fighter, too. In fact, Josito Lopez is 30-5. What was 30-5 when Marcos Maidana fought him. He beat Carras, Jesus Soto Carras. Now, Soto Carras was a dangerous fighter back then. He fought Devin Alexander. He lost to Devin Alexander. He beat Eric Morales. Marcos Maidana beat Eric Morales. He lost to Amir Khan, beat DeMarcus Corley, beat Victor Ortiz. I'm just naming some of the big names he beat. Yeah, that boy, he wasn't nothing to play with, man. That boy was nothing to play with. Beat Adrian Broner when he was undefeated, 27-0. Robert Garcia trained Andre Berto and Andre Ward. I ain't never know that. I'm gonna have to look that up. But hey, y'all, it's time for me to get up off here, man. I'm gonna have to send some shorts up. Y'all know my videos don't go out like that, so I'm gonna have to make some shorts about what my opinion of these fights as well. Uh, I thank y'all for tuning in, man. Taking time out y'all life to watch your boy Easy, and y'all have a blessed Saturday with your family and loved ones. And if don't nobody love you, man, Easy love you. So y'all have a good day, man. Be blessed out here. Stay tuned to the channel. This your boy Easy. I'm out.